I want you to do today. That's what I was going to see just today, you know.
Mr. Beggendorf, I have a question. Yesterday I got a phone call that I was marked absent yesterday.
You'll have to speak to somebody in the office. I mark you absent because you're not here.
But I was here yesterday.
I understand that.
As soon as I put that,
You have to talk to Bob or director of that. I know the situation.
all that shit.
The fact is physically, when
You asked me if,
But I was physically here and I was told to leave. And the advisement from the police department by the school to leave. I was here yesterday.
whatever the law determined as they're gonna give you credit for the day, whatever, that's up to them.
It's not about credit for the day. I was literally told to leave for the day.
I know the whole situation.
So I just want to know, because here I am. I'm sitting here in the same clothes that I was sitting here in yesterday, right? And I'm not being told to leave today.
No.
And yesterday I was told that I violated the school dress code.
Correct.
That's why I was told to leave.
Right.
So I should be violating the school dress code today, and I'm not being told to leave.
Today does not require everybody to have their blue shirts on.
No, I was told, and I was given the school policy that stated, and this shirt is on the school policy, and I was told that.
Yesterday it wasn't.
So for one day, the school policy doesn't count?
The school policy changed yesterday.
So the school policy changed yesterday for one day. So a policy that I signed, that I agreed with, changed for a day, so my signature doesn't mean
Stop
anything?
for a second, okay? I understand the whole situation. I'm not the guy to argue with. I didn't make the policy. I'm not gonna be here playing cop, playing dress code guy. If the campus president has a rule that he sets out, I'm not gonna stand up and say, yes, that's what is right and that's what's wrong. It's a school policy for the day.
But how do you change a policy
I am not,
But how do you change a policy for the day?
You're arguing with me, I have nothing to do with it.
But I'm just saying though, yesterday I was here and I was marked absent.
Well, I understand that, and you shouldn't, in my opinion, you shouldn't be, because you were here and you were ordered to leave. In my class, if you're not here for the day, I have to put down what I see. That's the rule that they tell me. They can definitely change it, I have no problem with that. You have to.
But I have a problem with that because I came here, I paid to come to this school, and I came here yesterday and I was told to leave because the school policy changed for a day? That makes absolutely no sense.
And I can see your point. I can see your point. I'm not here trying to say what goes on here, I agree with 100% all the time. I see your point. But I also look at it the other way, my opinion too. Is it such a big deal to put a shirt on for a day?
For me, yes it was.
Why?
Because the bottom line is, yesterday was a 90-degree day, right? This is a uniform shirt just like that. It's on the school policy. The school cannot choose for me my comfort level if I'm still within the uniform policy. You can't tell me what to wear.
Well, first of all, no instructor will ever tell you what to wear.
I was being told what to wear yesterday, and if I didn't wear it, I had to leave, and I had to leave.
Right. I understand the situation. I know what it was. I'm not saying that it's something that the school should be doing on a regular basis. From what I had heard, this whole thing that started with these shirts months ago, I don't know if it's been 6 months or 4 months, whatever it was, that they allowed now on Thursdays certain shirts, and they allowed other shirts to be worn. It never used to be that way back when Miss Nolan was here. If the campus president is changing the rules, he has a right to do that.
He has a right to change the rules for one day?
Yeah, he's the campus president.
The campus president can change a rule that we all signed for one day.
He claims he can.
Legally, he could do that.
I'm not telling you legally. I haven't looked it up legally.
You can't do that.
We signed the paper.
We signed it. You can't do that.
You know, you wanna argue, I'm not the guy.
I'm not arguing. I'm just making a point that I was marked absent yesterday and I was here. And you were the person that marked me absent because they called and said your teacher marked you absent. The school actually called me and said and asked me if I'm coming in. And I said I was here. Matter of fact, I was still here. I was outside in the front of the school. And I told her, I said, I was told to leave the school.
Right.
So how am I marked absent when I was told to leave the school?
I would suggest Lenny is here, he can override and change any of
It's not about overriding and changing anything. The bottom line is I was told to leave. So I missed the day yesterday.
I understand.
I missed the day that I paid for.
I understand that, I understand that, and I see your point. But then again, my own personal view, and this is not from the school, I don't think it's such a big deal. If it was something to make something big over, a shirt is not, my opinion. And I'm not saying this because of school.
So you're telling me that because of a shirt, the fact that I paid my money for yesterday doesn't count? The education that I was supposed to get yesterday doesn't count? Because of a shirt?
I'm not saying that. The education, if there was yesterday.
Well, you just said, what's the big deal? It was a shirt.
Let me finish. It was your choice. It wasn't the school's choice. It was your choice not to be here.
No, I said I wasn't leaving, and the police officer told me that I had to leave.
Because of a uniform issue.
But I'm wearing the same thing I had on yesterday, and I'm not being told to leave.
I understand it. See, you're making me try to explain and say what's right with the rule. I don't make the rules. If I was a police officer and the speed limit says 55, and all the other cars are going 65, I'm not to decide, well, everybody can go 65 today. I don't make the rules. You understand?
Like I said yesterday, they gave the police officer a copy of the school policy for the dress code. I also got a copy of the dress code, and this exact shirt is written in on the dress code as approved LTI attire to wear. And I had it on yesterday, and I was told to leave. I have it on today. I'm not being told to leave. I had it on Monday, and I wasn't being told to leave. I've been wearing it for the last 6 months, and I wasn't told to leave. So how do you do that? How do you send me home for wearing the same shirt that I've been wearing for 6 months, and then I'm wearing it today and I'm not being sent home?
I would direct your question, which sounds to a point logical, to the campus president who enforced that law. He is the one that changed it.
How do you enforce? If there's a rule, think about it, right? We have a constitution, right? It's a rule, right? Can we do that? We can't. So if there's a rule, there's a rule. And if I sign, and like you said, everything that we sign is a written contract. So if I sign the school policy and that's a written contract, the school just violated a contract with me.
If that's the case, and there was a contract,
That is a contract because I signed it.
It's a legal document.
It's a legal document. It's a contract.
then I agree with you. If that was written in, I don't actually know what it says. as
It's
far as-
written in. It says the black. It says the only exception is the black edge t-shirts. It's literally written in on it.
Do I have a copy?
I agree with you then, that I think you should bring this to a higher authority. Your instructors are not the people to be bringing it to, I can't change anything. You understand my point?
But
I'm not trying to argue with you or to,
I'm just saying that yesterday I was marked absent for not being in uniform. I'm here today, and it's not a problem.
I will speak with my supervisor
Okay.
about you, absolutely, because I understand your concern. Okay, and I'm not treating it lightly. I'll be glad to.
Same with me, because I was here yesterday as well.
I know you will.
Yeah. So,
Because matter of fact, when the phone calls came in, he was standing right next to me. His phone call came in first asking if he's going to be in school. And then about 10 minutes later, my phone rang, and it was the school again asking if I'm going to be in school. And I said to her, I did come to school. I'm still here, but I'm outside. I was told to leave. And I was told to leave because I was not in uniform compliance. Now here it is today. I'm wearing the same exact clothes, but I'm
here.
not being told to leave.
You know, one of the other things that the school is here to do is to try to get you ready for a profession. If you're at a dealer, and today, or for the last year, when you were hired, you're allowed to wear a certain shirt, and they come out with a certain uniform, that's the uniform you're gonna have to wear, or you won't be working there.
Can I
Yeah,
say something?
sure.
I'm 41 years old. I've been working since I was 16. I started in 1990 at UA Movie Theater, and we had a uniform. So I know about wearing uniforms,
Okay.
right? I've had many jobs. I've worked for the U.S. Postal Service. I've worked for UPS. And the last job I held for 13 years was Cablevision. And when you go into a company, you sign a uniform policy, just like we did here, right? If that uniform policy alters in any way, your HR person comes to you and they give you another updated one for you to sign again to keep you current. You don't just change it like that. And that's legal. That's the real world. And I'm kind of sick and tired of people in here telling me about the real world because I've been in it since I was 16. I've been working on the books since 1990. That's over 20 years that I've been working. And like I said, my last employer, which was Cablevision, I held for 13 solid years. So I'm kind of tired of people telling me they're preparing me for the real world. I already know the real world.
Well, good, I'm glad you do.
Right? And I also know what's legal, and what was done yesterday was not legal. Bottom line, it wasn't.
Okay, and
So you can't tell me that you're gonna break your own policy with your customer, who I am, right? For the fact that you're trying to teach me what the real world is gonna be like, because at a dealership they could just change the uniform like that. I can't agree with that.
Well,
That's not the way it works.
Let me tell you, I spent 38 years at Chrysler dealerships. Okay, I'm an old guy. I started working when I was 16. Actually, I started working when I was 12. So you want to talk about history with paper. I grew up without a father, so if I wanted money, I had to work. 38 years I worked at dealerships. I had all of them, except the last one I worked at, no air conditioning. So hot summer days like this, out of the shop here, is nothing. I worked in a shop that was underground with no windows, one door coming in. And if they came out and said, which they did, because Chrysler company, the manufacturer I worked for, I didn't work for Chrysler, I worked for their dealer. Every, 5-8 years, they would suggest new shirts and uniforms for the dealers, and the dealer would come out, okay, start next week, it's gonna be this uniform. And a lot of them were hot as hell. You either wore the uniform, or you don't work there anymore. That's how it is. That's what I saw. I'm not telling you something out of a book that Lincoln tells me to tell you. If you don't want to wear it, leave. You come walking in with a t-shirt like this, you send home. I was a shop foreman. I was ordered to send people home.
Can I explain one thing though?
Yeah, go ahead.
You're explaining a work environment.
You're working for them.
That's a job.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's what we're
But see,
trying
that's
to
but
instill in you here.
but here's the
You're
thing.
getting a paycheck
But wait a second. But how are you explaining to me that you're trying to teach me that that's what I'm gonna get when I go out in the real world, when I've been in the real world and I'm a student. I'm not an employee of the school. I'm a student. I'm not an employee.
Right.
So the bottom line is I paid my tuition. So if I signed a uniform policy and I paid my money to come here and I was within my rights yesterday, no one could tell me that I was breaking the rules. You can't tell me what to wear.
And I'm not doing that.
Right? No, actually it was the school. And there we go again. See, but you're the school, because I sat in here yesterday, you're my instructor, and you said I wasn't here. I was here yesterday. The school told me to leave, but I was here yesterday.
And as I said,
Right? And I was and being told that I'm not within the uniform policy, and it was given to me. I'm looking at it and I see exactly what I'm supposed to be wearing in black and white. The exact word for word what I'm supposed to be wearing in black and white, but told that I'm not within the school's policy, that I'm not in compliance.
You know,
So how do you change something that was signed? A legal document, because you guys been stressing it. You said those ROs, no car could come in here unless the proper paperwork is signed, right? Because it's a legal document, right? Anything that anybody signs, that's the point of signing it. It's a legal document.
it is illegal. That's
So
a
it's
contract with the school.
so okay. So that's what I'm saying. Yesterday, you guys broke your own policy, and how do you do that?
You're putting me as the person who broke the policy, and yes, I do work here. I represent the school following what the rules that the school sets down, but I don't make the policy. So you're trying to argue with me, with somebody who has nothing to do with making policy.
No, I'm not talking about policy. I was here yesterday. You started doing roll call. Mazaraza came in, and he started right off the bat. You know what? Mike, I told you yesterday you don't have the shirt on. Leave. I was here. And I didn't leave right away. I was right out there. Mawa police came. There's no way you did not know I was here. But then the school calls me a few hours later saying that I wasn't here.
I understand. And I said, I will definitely address it.
Right? And I know for a fact, I said it yesterday. I said, I paid my tuition up. I don't owe the school not a dime. I paid on Monday the last of my tuition. I don't owe the school a dime. And yesterday I was cheated out of what that I paid for.
I could see your point, as I said.
No, it's not seeing my point. It is my point.
That's what I'm saying. I understand your point, and I can see why you're grieving, but personally, I can look the other way too. To me, there are things that are important to stick for and other things. Corporate was here. They were doing, which I didn't even know what they were going to do. I thought it was going to be more of a Audi corporate day like they've had previously. It was more of a Lincoln corporate, TV commercials. They were doing filming. It's going to be on. I don't know what it's going to be on. But anyway, they wanted people to look very professional. I can understand that point. And I believe if you were a corporate person at Lincoln, you would feel that way too. You would want everybody looking as professional as possible. We want people to get hired. I don't want people coming in here, and I've said this, I haven't had people that long. I really I love when somebody comes back and tells me, I've been hired, that I'm finally making the money that I wanted, and I'm working where I like to work. That's one of the biggest things. I have seen it more often than not where people are not hired because of an impression problem.
So you're telling me because the school wanted to be professional. See, I heard a couple of things yesterday. See, Mr. Bellucci told me that he put out an email two weeks ago about yesterday, right? Then you guys came to us on Monday, not 2 weeks ago. You guys came to us on Monday and said, you know what? For Tuesday, don't wear anything but the blue shirts. And if you don't wear the blue shirts, we're going to send you home. That's exactly what was said. Nothing was said about, well, we're going to be shooting a commercial. We're going to be doing this.
Well, they didn't say that in the email about a commercial.
So what did they say in the email? Because that's what they told me. That's what Mr. Bellucci said yesterday that he put in the email. That you guys were told to ask us to wear the blue shirts because corporates come in and it's going to be Audi Day and you're going to have cameras here and all of the above. And none of that was said to us on Monday. All was said to us on Monday was wear the blue shirts. And if you don't wear the blue shirts, we're sending you home. That's exactly what was said.
That's basically what the email said. Everybody is supposed to be in blue shirts. My last class, I was doing...
But no reason was given. And that's what I'm saying. Yesterday was a 90-degree day. I have a choice of wearing the blue shirt or the black shirt. The black shirt's a t-shirt. Now, if I choose for my own comfort to wear the black shirt instead of the blue, it's not for the school to dictate that and tell me that I violated a policy because they want us to look uniform for their commercial that they said nothing to us about.
Well, it didn't say anything about a commercial in the email, so it's not that you weren't told. I didn't know. The emails...
But that's what he said. Mr. Bellucci said...
He said it yesterday.
He said, yeah, it was said yesterday, the day of the event that I was told to leave. And that's what I'm saying. I'm wearing the same thing I had on yesterday, and I'm not being told to leave.
Well, that's because today they don't have that as a prerequisite for the day.
So so any other rule of the school can be broken just because of circumstances.
It shouldn't be, and I understand your point. You've made it a number of times already about the contract, and I agree with you on that point. If they told you, especially in writing, that something is okay, changing it, I can see could be a problem. I understand that. I will definitely go to the office at break, and I'll speak. If you want to come with me, it's fine with me. I'm not trying to hide anything. Whatever they decided they want to do, I'll be glad to change anything.
I'm not debating about yesterday. The bottom line is, I wasn't here yesterday. So it don't matter to me about people giving me credit for the day. Oh, leave the evidence where it's at. Leave it where it's at, because the bottom line is, Lincoln Tech, since Mr. Bellucci wants to get all high and hoppy and say that Lincoln Tech's pockets with attorneys are deep, he has no idea who I know. And he has no idea that I am my own lawyer against Cablevision, who has Morgan Lewis as their attorney, and I've had them in court, Supreme Court, for the last 3 years. So again, not because I want to fix cars means that I'm uneducated and you can beat me over the head like you guys tried yesterday. You violated my rights, which was discrimination, and asked me to leave. I had on nothing different, according to your uniform policy, that I haven't been wearing, and there are guys present right now in this room wearing the same thing that I had on yesterday, which is the same thing I have on today, and I'm not being told to leave. So the bottom line is, I was discriminated against, and my rights were violated yesterday. And there's a written contract that was broken. The school policy, which it says no exceptions. I know my rights. I know the law.
I understand your point. As I said, we can sit here and talk about this. I'm not the guy who can change anything. I'm not the guy that made the rules. So,
Okay.
I can't do
But
anything.
I just want to make sure that, we understand that you're the guy that marked me absent, because that's what she said on the phone.
Okay. And I got no problem with that. I have no problem with that.
Okay.
Okay? As I said, I really want everybody, and I don't say this again because I'm an LTI instructor. I'm an LTI graduate. I'm sure I said that already. I know what it's like to finish a school like this and then go out and find a job where you can live a good life and make good money. I want you guys to do that, more than anything. One of my proudest, and I do a lot of the high school stuff, and the first 2-year kids that I had, juniors and seniors from Lyndhurst, one of them is now working for Porsche, and nobody here thought that this high school program was gonna work. And when he comes back here, showing them that he works for Porsche, to me, I feel really great. I like to see people doing that. I want you to make money in this world. But I want you to understand.
So you infringe on my rights to teach me that.
I didn't infringe on anybody's rights.
But that's what you're agreeing on, though. That's what you're
I'm not
saying.
agreeing. I have to follow rules.
And what?
Agreeing.
But wait a second. You just said you had to follow rules. So you guys follow your rules, but the rules that we're supposed to follow, you guys can break them.
I haven't broken any rules.
Well, yesterday you guys.
My supervisor tells me this is how it's going to be tomorrow. I don't make the rules.
Okay, so your supervisor is he's your boss, right? Lincoln Tech is your employer. So if you don't follow what directives they give you, there's a possibility there's disciplinary action up to termination, correct? So that's the reason why you're going to do your job.
I don't do it because I'm worried about getting fired. I do it because I'm doing what my employer asks me.
Okay, so your employer asks you, so if your employer asked you to break the law, you'd go and break the
No,
law.
I don't break the law.
But that's what you guys did yesterday. You broke your own policy.
I didn't.
But you broke your own given policy.
I don't know what the Constitution said, or the actual.
But how do you enforce something that you don't even know? You enforced it yesterday. You marked me
As
absent.
I said, Mike, we can talk about this all day.
No, but I'm just saying though. You're saying that you're following your rules, but
And this wasn't an auto guy. A couple of years ago, they had a guy in HVAC came in, And I'm told the guy was a real good student with a, we call a mohawk, orange mohawk. And he was told, look, you can't come to school like that. And the guy fought for months, word every day. And of course the school couldn't make him take it off. The whole idea is they had a open house one day and employers came in. You think anybody talked to him?
But that's his choice.
Yeah, it is.
He paid to go to that school. That's his choice.
That's what
That is his choice. So you
And
can't.
he kept it.
That's
And he
right.
didn't get
So
fired.
that's right. So yesterday, if I chose to wear this shirt, I shouldn't have been told to leave. Just like today, I have it on. I should be told to leave today.
The rule by the campus president was not for today.
How come I'm not breaking the rules today? That's what I'm saying. I broke the rules. You guys gave me a written copy of the school rules that has this particular shirt actually written in black and white in there, and I was told that I wasn't in uniform compliance. I'm here today, but I'm not being told to leave. And the bottom line is, I got a phone call from the school that I didn't even get credit for the day. And now you're going to tell me that because my argument sounds credible, which it definitely is, that there might be a credit for the day given, like that forgives the fact that I was not only discriminated against, but disrespected as I'm being spoken to out there like a child.
Well, I don't know what was said out there, and if you were spoken to as a child, I believe that's wrong.
Well, that's the bottom line. You guys all did it. When you guys said to us, wear the blue shirts or you're going to be sent home, that's speaking to us like we're children or we work for you. I'm not your child, and I am not an employee of Lincoln Tech. I'm a customer of Lincoln Tech. I paid to come to learn to fix cars, not to survive in a dealership. I never came here saying that I wanted to work in a dealership.
Well, whether it's a dealership or not.
It doesn't matter. I came here to get an education on fixing cars.
But what the school also teaches as a part of.
No, but that's not what was sold to me. I came here and I said, I want to learn how to fix cars. And I was told, you know what, you're going to learn this, you're going to learn that, you're going to learn that. No one sat me down and told me, well, we're going to infringe on your rights to teach you what it is to survive in the working world. That wasn't part of the agreement. And I know I signed a lot of paperwork since I've been here, and you guys are sticklers for that. So I signed a uniform policy that I did not violate yesterday, and I was told to leave.
I would suggest that you talk to the people who made the rules.
Okay, and well, you know what? It was enforced because you marked me absent yesterday.
As per what my supervisors directed.
So your supervisor told you to mark me absent for the day.
Verbally, no, he didn't actually verbally say, mark everybody absent, but when I do roll call, the person's not here, that's what we do.
But roll call, I was here. You saw me.
No, I saw you in the morning, yes.
Yeah,
I did.
you did.
Absolutely.
And you marked me absent.
We're gonna just, you know, we can speak about this all day, nothing's gonna change, because you're talking to the wrong guy.
Nothing's gonna
I'm not the
change.
guy that makes
Okay.
the rules. Okay, but
Fair enough.
I'll, as I said, I will speak to them on your behalf, absolutely. I wanna get out there today, I'd like to get, some productive work done. We have, 4 tires that have to go on. I may have other work. Anybody bringing a vehicle in of their own? No? Not doing any work on your own vehicle? Alright, I have some visual stuff that we can look at. On the service counter, there are, where the repair orders are, there are, I said this the other day when people were out there also. There are check sheets. Any vehicle whatsoever, you wanna take an LTI car or your own car, there's nothing wrong with it, bring the car in, you get 5, 10